What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another episode of NBA Weekly. I'm your host, Pee Wee the Plug, 1/4 through the wire, #1 Knicks fan in the world, aka Mr. Know-It-All. And about a week ago, I dropped my Ben Simmons trade dilemma video, and at the end of the video, I told everybody that was watching that I would react to some of the trade packages that y'all put together. And I even took the clip and put it on YouTube. Put it on Twitter, and told my Twitter fam to drop some mock trades in the replies, and I will pull some from my replies and also react to them on the video. So here we are. We're reacting to some of the Ben Simmons trades. What I do want to say, though, is for future references, y'all have to kind of learn some of the rules that we have in the NBA. A lot of these trades, I won't say a lot, but a few of these trades have some guys that have recently been signed to rookie deals or from free agency, so they can't be traded after a certain amount of days. So we all know that the Ben Simmons trade we're expecting to happen sooner than later. So some of these trades wouldn't fall through because of those. So keep that in mind for the future. And then what I also want to say before we get started is I think this is something we should probably do more regular. You know what I mean? Like, y'all put something together in the comments or the replies, and I pull them and react to them, whether it's preseason predictions for awards, your playoff teams, or what you think the prediction of the East is going to look like. Just different things like that we should do once a week, once every 2 weeks, a couple times a month. I think that would be something cool and dope that we can do on the channel. So keep that in mind as well. But let's get to it. So the first person that we have is Zohab Sidi. I hope I'm pronouncing everybody's name right. If I'm not, reply to this if you see your name and spell it out how it's pronounced so I'll know. Thank you. But he says Ben for Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Davion Mitchell, and a pick or two. Seems like it will work for both sides or be solid for both sides. You get a low grade already, bro. Just because, again, Davion Mitchell, he's been recently signed to his rookie contract. So I can't remember if it's 60 or 90 days, but I know it will be a little minute before he can be moved. So that hurts this trade. I do like Buddy Hield in Philadelphia. A lot of people have been talking about that. I've seen on different platforms or, social media. Buddy Hield in the Philadelphia 76ers jersey makes a lot of sense because they need as much shooting as they can get. I do like the possibility of the dynamic, we can see between Ben Simmons and De'Aaron Fox being on the same team. That would be something very intriguing. But like I said, man, Davion can't be traded. Even if he could, he's not proven. And I know Ben Simmons, to a lot of people, the last time we saw him wasn't ideal, but he still has value. And the one thing the Sixers aren't going to do is get back pennies on a dollar. I do think they need to be realistic and understand they're not going to get a James Harden-esque package, but I don't blame them for not being willing to just give him up for anything. So for that reason, this trade, I'm going to give it a 2.7. I'm going to give you a 2.7. You lose points because of Davion Mitchell situation. That can't work. And then I also ultimately really think and believe that the Kings don't have anything they can give Philly because they don't want to give up De'Aaron Fox. And they say they don't want to give up Tyrese Halliburton. So if that's the case, then they don't want Ben Simmons. They don't, because if you give up Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and a pick or two, I think you now start a conversation where you could get them. But if you're reluctant to give up Tyrese or Fox, then that means you just don't want Ben, because just Buddy Hield and Harrison Barnes or Marvin Bagley, it won't move the needle or come close to what Philadelphia would consider as a good package, in my opinion. So I'm going to give this one a 2.7, though, bro. 2.7. King Drew XL. I don't know my Roman numerals, so I don't know what number that's supposed to signify. But he says Ben to Golden State for Wig, Wiseman, Moody or Kuminga, the rookie situation again. I've been seeing this a lot. Not sure how that helps the 76ers right now, but basically upgrading Wig to Ben could be worse. I agree, it could be worse. I don't think Wiggins is an upgrade, number one. I don't see why the Philadelphia 76ers would want Wiseman, number two. And again, Moody or Kuminga can't be traded as of now because they signed their deals. You probably saw trades like this before they signed the contracts, because then they could have been traded. But I just don't understand what Golden State could give Philly at all. You know what I mean? Like, we know they're not giving up Clay or Steph or and you know, but outside of that, like Wiggins, no, they might as well keep wings are the last thing that I think the Philadelphia 76ers are really looking at, especially the Wiggins type wing. I already said what I said about Wiseman. They just don't have anything. I'm gonna give this one a 2.2, just because Ben Simmons to Golden State, I just don't see. Even if you could trade the rookies, what Philly want that? If they were gonna make a trade with Golden State, they should have did it on draft night, so they would have been able to draft whoever the hell they wanted and made those decisions. But I realistically, as much as I like the Golden State with Ben, I would like to see it. I just don't see how it could ever happen. It's one of the worst. Even when I see it on like YouTube pages or Bleacher Report or social media, I'm like, how? I just don't see how in a million years Philadelphia accepts anything that they want when it's with these options. I don't see it. 2.2, bro. Richie Santana. I like that name, Richie Santana. 4-team deal. He said so. He gets a couple extra points. This is a 4-team deal. He's getting creative on us. And he says Ben to Sacramento. So we have another Sacramento trade. And then he says John Wall, Malik Beasley, Taurean Prince, Davion Mitchell to Philly, Tobias Harris to Minnesota, Buddy Hield, Patrick Beverley, and Marvin Bagley to Houston. So I'm going to go backwards here. Buddy Hield, Patrick Beverley, and Marvin Bagley to Houston. I don't like Marvin Bagley to Houston because you just drafted Şengün, who you're extremely high on, and you still have Christian Wood. So adding Marvin Bagley to that mix, especially when you would have to figure out what you would pay him soon, I don't really like. Patrick Beverley, I guess he's just a throw-in. And then Buddy Hield. Like, I like Buddy Hield, but not on the Rockets because they have a youth movement going on. And the position Buddy Hield plays, a lot of those young guys should be eating up those minutes. We're talking about Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Josh Christopher. So putting Buddy Hield in that makes him take away some minutes from those guys. And then at this point, I think Buddy Hield should be on the team that's trying to win, personally. Tobias Harris to Minnesota. I don't like that one just because I feel like the 76ers at that point are just tearing away a team. They would have a whole new team. I wouldn't know where to even rank them. They may fall. This trade makes the Philadelphia 76ers worse. You're losing Ben and Tobias Harris, who've been there the last few years on their playoffs runs, and you're getting back John Wall, who we haven't seen play high-level basketball in a while, Malik Beasley, Taurean Prince. I don't even know if he can get traded since he just got traded. And then Davion Mitchell, who again can't be traded because he's just signed his rookie deal and still he's not proven. The Davion Mitchell thing, people throwing Davion Mitchell into these packages for a team that's trying to win now. You know what I mean? Like, as good as he can and will be, a rookie point guard just isn't ideal for a team that's trying to do what Philly is trying to do. This trade, I give it a 2, just a 2, just because Philadelphia gets worse. I like your name though, Richie, but I gotta give it a 2. Sam Navajas, he has the 76ers getting Malcolm Brogdon. I really like that. They also get Derek White. They get the Pacers 2022, 2024, and 2028 first round picks with protections. And then the Pacers get Ben Simmons, Drew Eubanks, the Spurs 2024 first round lottery protected, and then they get a 2025 second round pick, and then the Spurs get Miles Turner. I'll work backwards from this trade too. The Spurs just getting Miles Turner for everything that they gave up, I don't see that happening. You're giving up Derek White, you're giving up a first round pick, a second round pick, and Drew Eubanks just to get back Miles Turner. Not that much of a fan of it. They're not giving up too much. I don't want to make it seem like they're giving up a king's ransom, but it's like I would want them to get something, a little something, to facilitate this trade. The Pacers are my big problem, right? Because if the Pacers are getting Ben Simmons, I would want them to personally keep the floor spacing big and Miles Turner. So what I would do is I would take Miles Turner out. I would make that Sabonis that the Spurs are getting, and then Pacers keep Miles Turner, and you can now put Ben and Miles Turner out on the floor together. You still have Karis LeVert, Chris Duarte, T.J. Warren, Jeremy Lamb, T.J. McConnell, Ben's former teammate in Philly. you still have a few things going on there. So I would prefer it that way. And then I do like the 76ers getting Malcolm Brogdon and Derek White. And I also got to say, I don't see the Pacers giving up 3 first-round picks. I don't. That's a lot of first-round picks, dog. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. But I am going to get this. I'm going to grade this trade a 6.3. The 6.3. I like this one. This is my favorite one thus far. Shout out to you, Sam. Next person we have, VJV. He has the Magic and James Wiseman. We're off to a bad start, VJ. Not going to lie to you. The Warriors, again, getting Ben Simmons. And then the 76ers getting Andrew Wiggins and Cole Anthony. And he says, obviously, picks would be involved, but this is another idea. I like that it's different because you don't see the Magic really being involved with the Ben Simmons trades. But I don't know why the Magic will get James Wiseman when they just acquired another young center, Wendell Carter, last season, and they still haven't even figured out Mo Bamba. That's it. So then you would have Wiseman, Wendell, Mo Bamba. It's a lot going on there. The Warriors get Ben Simmons, and then the 76ers only get Wiggins and Cole Anthony. I just don't know how much that helps them for what they're trying to do. We got to remember, Philadelphia isn't a team like Sacramento that's just trying to make the playoffs for the first time in a while. They're trying to win a championship. They're trying to win a championship. You know what I mean? This is a team that could potentially wait for Damian Lillard to request a trade to get him for Ben. And how do you go from potentially being able to get James Harden, potentially getting Damian Lillard, to now just getting Cole Anthony and Wiggins? I got to give this one like a 1.9. Or I'm going to give it a 2. I'm going to give it a 2. It's a tie with the other trade. I don't like that one, VJ. I appreciate you commenting, but I don't really like that one. I don't like Cole Anthony and Wiggins to the 76ers because they don't really do anything for them. Shout out my guy Jack Saccharin. Ben Simmons to the Magic, so we got another Magic one for Jonathan Isaac. It's tough because Jonathan Isaac hasn't played in a minute. Don't know how Philly would feel about him or how high Philly would be on him. Terrence Ross, I think Philadelphia would love Terrence Ross. That's the ideal place for a guy like Terrence Ross, honestly, off their bench. Markelle and 2 firsts. The real problem with this is the Markelle one because I just don't think Philly and Markelle will want to reunite again. I think that one is just – I think that situation is over and done. I would make all the sense in the world for them to not reconnect. But it's mostly the Jonathan Isaac one. Well, I ain't going to say mostly, but I do think between Markelle going back to Philly, Jonathan Isaac not having played basketball in such a long time, so he's kind of question mark, and I don't even know how he would fit into Philly, or Philly, how high Philly would be on him, I should say. Those are 2 concerning things, but I do think Philadelphia would love Terrence Ross, and obviously anytime you can get 2 first-round picks, it's a W. So I'm gonna give this one like a 4.9, 4.9. Right below 5. Just it's actually I'm gonna give it a 4.3. I'm gonna give it a 4.3, Jack. I like it because it's with the Magic and that's different. I haven't seen the Magic be in any Ben Simmons trade discussions, whether it's from websites, social media, YouTube. I haven't seen any, so I like the creativity, but I don't like Jonathan Isaac and Markelle. I don't think Philly would be eager to bring that on. On to the Twitter replies. Shout out to SC Panther, my guy, always being involved. Ben to Indiana. Ben in a second go to the Pacers. So the Pacers get Ben in a second-round pick for Brogdon, either Warren or Lamb, and a future first. That's probably my favorite trade I've heard in this video yet. I really like Brogdon to the Philadelphia 76ers. He's a borderline, at best, all-star player. He's going to defend his position. He's going to play with high IQ. He can shoot the 3. He's going to be efficiently all around. Pick and roll player. And his decision making just keeps getting better and better. And I think that fits very well with Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris. And then you would also still have Seth Curry, Danny Green, Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle, and then you could bring in a TJ Warren, and you get an additional first-round pick. I love that trade. That's probably my favorite one for sure thus far. Ben to Portland. I didn't realize, but he has 3 trades in here. Ben to Portland. Ben for McCollum. Nance in a second. I don't know if Nance could be traded. I'm gonna guess he can. I don't know how that works. If you were just recently traded, can you be traded again? SC Panther seems like a guy that would know. So I'm guessing that he knows that Nance could be traded again, because my interactions tell me that SC Panther would look that up. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not a big fan of that one. I still prefer the Indiana one. Personally, I just think Brogdon would fit better than McCollum, personally. And then Ben to Mini for Simmons. I don't think Philly looks at D'Lo as equal to Simmons. I'm going to just be honest. I don't. I think you would have to make a full package. I don't think they would do a head-up trade. But I do. This is 7.6. The Indiana trade so far is the best trade that I've seen. Shout out to SC Panther. Next up, we have Roberts at NBA 1K21. He said, this one is different. I would prefer the Wolves, but if the Mavs don't like KP. So he's predicting that the Mavs want to trade Kristaps Porzingis. Philadelphia 76ers get CJ McCollum and Robert Covington. The Portland Trailblazers get Ben Simmons and Kristaps Porzingis. And then the Mavericks get Yusuf Nurkic, Norman Powell, and Mike Scott. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan of what the Mavericks get back. If that's all they're getting back, they might as well just keep Kristaps and take a chance with him. Personally, I might as well. Especially since now Norman Powell is making $90 million. Get $90 million. Philly to get CJ and Covington. So what would their lineup be? You have CJ, Covington or Danny Green, Tobias Harris, and then Joel. Who's their point guard? Seth Curry all of a sudden a point guard. Interesting. But Portland getting back Ben Simmons and Kristaps Porzingis, two guys who had two bad playoffs, and now everybody is going to pretend that they suck, and you put them with Dame. I would like that. That would be Portland finessing, in my opinion. Portland would be really, really finessing. Philadelphia wouldn't be bad. They would just need a point guard immediately. They have literally nobody to run point guard, unless you're going to tell Seth Curry to all of a sudden be a point guard. I'm going to give this one a 6 on the head. I just don't like what the Mavericks getting, man. I think the Mavericks are better off just keeping Porzingis. Nurkic has a team-friendly deal, but Norman Powell contract, yeah. 6 on the head. 6 on the head for me with that one. Next trade comes from Bijan Relief TWE as is at. I think this is similar to the Bleacher Report trade, but with more guard. The Sixers aren't trading away Ben Simmons without getting a good playmaker back. We saw what they were like in the bubble when they didn't have a good PG. DeJounte is also a fantastic defender. Yes, he is. The 76ers in this trade get DeJounte, Derek White, Lonnie Walker, a 2022 first-round pick, and a 2024 first-round pick. And the Spurs get back Ben Simmons and Shake Milton. I like this. This is creative. I don't see any Bleacher Report articles, whatever, but the Spurs aren't a team that everybody's talking about as a Ben Simmons trade partner. DeJounte, Derek White, it's cool. There's some better options out there, though. I'm going to give this one like a 5.3 just because there's better options. But I do like DeJounte. I like Derek White. I like the first-round picks. And then I like the Spurs getting Ben and Shake. You get Ben and Shake. There's better options. I'm going to just keep it a buck. It's better options. And then we have a question mark, Unknown Dynasty. This is like a lot of players being involved, brother. He has the 76ers getting TJ Warren. They're also getting Malcolm Brogdon, Josh Green, a 2023 first-round pick, top 10 protected from the Pacers. And they're also getting a second-round pick from the Pacers. The Pacers get Gordon Hayward and Ben Simmons. The Mavericks get Jeremy Lamb, Miles Turner, Tyrese Maxey, and then the Hornets get Kristaps Porzingis. I like it. I do, but again, the Mavericks kind of like, I don't know if I like it for the Mavericks. The Mavericks are the loser. The Hornets come up getting Porzingis. The Pacers getting Gordon Hayward and Simmons, and they keep Sabonis, and they still have Karis LeVert. But Yeah, I don't like it for the Mavericks. I don't like it for the Mavericks. Y'all trying to finesse the Mavericks, man. I give this one a 5.1. It's just so many players involved, and yeah, 5.1 for me there. Bread Zalonga says the 76ers and Cavs and Wolves 3-team trade. The Sixers get Sexton and Beasley. The Wolves get Ben Simmons. And the Cleveland gets Jaden McDaniels, Patrick Beverly, a Wolves first round pick, and two Wolves second round picks. Saw it on Reddit, and it's my favorite one so far. I like Ben Simmons going to the Wolves, but boy, is it tough for me to see any world or scenario where Ben Simmons goes to the Wolves and the only thing the Wolves give up is Jaden McDaniels and Beasley. So they don't give up D'Lo. They still got Cat, Anthony Edwards, and now they bring on Ben Simmons. Man, if that could happen, that would be dope for the Wolves. Sixers against Sexton and Beasley. I would like it if they also got Jaden McDaniels. Won't lie to you. I don't think it's enough for the Sixers. I will give this a 6.2 though. I like the creativity because I just never pictured a way that the Wolves could get Ben Simmons without giving up D'Lo. So I'll give you some points right there for creativity. So shout out to Bread. And we'll wrap up with this last one. Unknown Dynasty again. The 76ers get Bertans and Bradley Beal. The Wizards get Ben Simmons, Shake Milton, Tyrese Maxey, a 2024 first-round pick, top 10 protected, 2023 second-round pick, 2022 first-round pick, 2027 second-round pick. I like it, man. Put Ben over there in Washington with Rui and Kuzma and Dinwiddie. And then the 76ers get Bradley Beal. No way in hell this is happening. I'm just saying. There's no way in hell. Beal is going to stay where he at. Philly will get a lot of shooting. They will probably jump up to being a favorite in the East. They would need a point guard, but damn it, that would be a lot of shooting and floor spacing that they have there. I'm going to give this one like a 4.8 just because there's no way in hell this is going to happen. But I do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody submitting their trades. Like I said, we should do this more often. In the comments, let me know what y'all think. Any feedback, any trades that I was too hard on that y'all think are way better than I said. Any trades that I gave too much love that y'all think are horrible. Anybody got any trades that they think are better? Drop in the comments. And let's do this more, man. Let's do this more. Let's find some more things where y'all can submit and I can review, grade, and rate or whatever. As always, I'm Pee Wee the Plug. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. Peace.